Hey everybody, Taz from Critical Thinking Anarchist here. So I'm finally doing Isom number 2 from Eric July, and I've got the webcam set up so that you can actually follow along as I'm reading this. You can also see, which version that I'm reading. So you get to see me kind of, a little bit. I got this set up on a fantastic high-tech webcam taped to another thing here. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Isom number 2, Rip-A-Verse Comics, featuring the first appearances of Sydney Bloodruth Gooding and Chatteran by Eric July, Cliff Richards, and Gabe El Taib. Find out why Isom quit. I don't remember if I said that already. So, of course, we start out with Darren at Club Merc pointing the gun. And we've already read this before, so... well, actually, no, we haven't read this one. So I will read the insert here. Had faith that we would do something special with Isom number 1, but I didn't anticipate that it would be this massive. Simply put, you've made my dreams become a reality sooner than I could have hoped for. I want to thank every single customer who purchased Isom number 1. Because of you, we put the industry on notice, and people are beginning to understand that we are not playing around. We are just getting started. To the developing fandom, you are especially appreciated. Your interactions among each other and the videos that you share truly helps legitimize the experience and the brand. You've heard me iterate that the Rippaverse hosts the greatest community in the world, and this is not just a catchphrase. We have the greatest community in the world. I hope you enjoy Isom number 2 even more than the previous issue, Eric D. July. I apologize, everybody. Just a second. All right. So, of course, we start out with Avery's sister, Eltona. Eltona, you okay? Well, I've never seen you this way. I know what stress looks like. Is this about the merger? What? No, just had a long night. I'm good. So it's just me, huh? You've been on the board longer than I have. This isn't our first purchase. But this one isn't some failed startup with a decent idea. This new territory worries me. Didn't seem at all concerned when we were still in discussions. Your intuition is a little late, don't you think? Well, that was my mistake. I'll email you and the rest of the team with some of my findings by the end of the day. As she looks after him. And of course, I'm the first one here. Scans her eye, Antona Silman, Chief Technology Officer. What the You reaching that person, we're gonna have problems. But thanks for joining us. Cozy spot you have here. You've done well for yourself. Don't ponder too hard trying to figure out what's taking place here. I need your full attention. More than likely you put him up to this. I figured we'd catch up in proprietor persona. How's little Vassy, by the way? Darren, I swear to God, if... Rhetorical! He smacks her. You ain't do nothing. Get the f*** up. And it's actually censored that way. I didn't censor it. Your involvement aggravates me because you should know better. We'll handle him when we find him. But I need some answers. I watched that brother of yours do some real athletic stuff. Apparently, he took out my accept. How did he do it? I have no idea what you're talking about. Woman, you've got the nerve to play stupid with me. All right, that's enough. Make no mistake. You're only here because I allowed you to be. Lincoln Eustabid, Projectus founder. Damn. Just need to be sure what you were up to. By the way, I fired every one of those backstabbing moles. Hope you paid them well. Escort them out through the front. I want everybody to see it. But before you go, boom! Don't ever put your hands on anybody working for this company. That almost hurt. You know you messed up, right? Shut up and move. You all right? Would not have let that go on if I knew he would do that. I'll be fine. Lincoln, I'm so sorry. I didn't think he would be this bent out of shape. In casual conversation, I remember you bringing up the fact that you knew him. What on earth have you gotten yourself into? I don't know what to do. Look, Darren knows he can't just push me around. Maybe that irritates him. Don't worry about your daughter. I sent extra guards to the projections campus. We'll make sure she gets transported here after her studies. You both should hang out here for a few days. It looks as if we now have a mutual problem. Tell me everything. Years ago. And of course, you see kind of a... Looks like it'd be kind of a school. Stuff thrown about. In the shadow of someone standing. Couple of kids. I think the coast is clear. You should go check it out to make sure. Absolutely not. You're cute, but I don't even know you. I'll stay here all night if I have to. That thing looked like one of the brigadiers from the Silo comics. Who? What? You're wearing a... Of course. Shh. You see a shadow. Lifts them up, and then, of course, you got... Oh, sorry. Shadow lifts the item up, and Isom comes in. It's all good. You're safe now. Thanks so much, man. Who are you? Did you kill that thing? Not exactly. You can call me Isom. The area is being secured and it's still a madhouse outside. I'm just here to save any stragglers. That was the most chaotic thing I've ever seen. I'm positive I saw that thing kill one of the officers. It happened so fast and then everything just stopped. This place cleared out in an instant, but we couldn't make it to the exit. I thought we were for sure left for dead. I got here as fast as I could, but I assumed there was no way that everybody got out. Let's get you out of here and I'll keep... And then you hear something. Run, chattering. As the kids run, Isom punches them as hard as he can. Wham! And of course, Chattern takes it, brushes it off, look at the kids. Balor. What? He runs after the kids. People wrongfully assume that we have it under control. The good guys are always expected to win. This is our mind, projecting our irrational desires onto reality. We know this can't possibly be the case. As Chattern grabs the girl, Isom hits him, but the girl goes down. Ah! And he lands on her crunch. Isom... Concern. Chattern hits Isom, grabs the girl. Hola, Mang. Please help! Shadre. No! Cocks his fist. This is why so many of us are unprepared. Even the heroes trick themselves into believing this. Thud. Isom tries to hit Chattern in the back of the head, but as we see some sort of kind of blood going on there from Isom, he's feeling it himself. Chattern thwacks him back. Isom goes sliding. And this is why so many of them have no idea how to respond when evil wins. And Chattern crushes the girl's skull. So I gotta stop here a second. So this is part of why I'm already loving Isom. Eric even said it. These are going to be tougher comics. These are not kids' comics. These are adult comics. At least young adult comics. So you got to be making sure that if you got kids that want to watch this, that want to read these, that they understand these types of things. The good guys aren't always going to win. There is a true, they lose sometimes. So far in these books that I've seen, Eric keeps the art tasteful. You don't see too much going on there, at least with the humans. But they are more adult themed materials. Anyway. Wasn't the first fight I'd lost, but I'd never felt so helpless. It outmatched me in every way, and it couldn't be reasoned with. So you quit? Just because you want to pretend it away does it not mean that evil isn't present. I know, Cedric. And that makes it worse. More than anybody, you know what happens when heroes fall short. Had you not been there, there'd be 2 families getting that dreadful visit. You gave up because you couldn't save that girl, but you failed to save more with your inaction. It'll take me some days to get it ready. In the meantime, please think about if you really want to do this. I'm not your father, but that suit has my imprint on it. It's reasonable that there are certain expectations. These are my conditions. The next time I see you, had better only be more for upgrades. Be for upgrades, no more quitting. Deal. And Avery gets in his truck, drives on. The hell? Sam, you know better than to leave the security house door open. This fool must have dozed off. His wife is going to be pissed if he was at the ranch all last night, opening the door. And of course, you got bugs flying out, mosquitoes. This is why you leave the door closed. We see the glowing eyes. And the beasts. Avery cracks one. We know what you are. But what are you? Crack. As the claws go in. Avery feeling it. He will be seeing you soon. Got fire going on, kind of an explosion going on there. I can't catch a break. As the fire consumes the building, Avery stands and looks. The rest of the ranch comes out. Sees Avery. I've already called getting, but we know the fire department ain't getting down here in time. Boss man, what happened in there? Where's Sam? Shh, Mr. Silman. It was an ambush. I don't know where Sam is. He wasn't in there. At least I don't think he was. I don't know what this is, but it looks bad. Work your magic. I wish I was an actual magician. This can't spread much. But we've got to get this out. Got to get this put out. That explosion had all the livestock spooked. Boss, you said you were ambushed? The coyote should know better by now. This is going to sound crazy, but I don't know what they were. They had fur, claws, they were standing straight up. He's lost a lot of blood. He may be losing it. Maybe, but this isn't some animal attack. His skin is punctured, but also burned. If it was from the fire, it'd be all over him. And then, of course, you see a vehicle in the sky. What the? We've got company. Aye. Let me go do my job. Gooding. Shh. Coming down. Scan complete. No life detected. Secure the second floor. I'll take the care of the gas line. Engaging. Gooding breaks into the fire with his robot, or drone, whatever you want to call that. Alpha Corps headquarters. So we're getting everybody involved in this story. Alright, let's address the disaster of yesterday. There were several miscalculations here. We weren't on our game and it could cost us. So this is all going on at the same time again. Yeah, I kind of like the last one. Then why are we just now debriefing? We generally address the mission right after completion. This mission is not complete. Spent the rest of the day going through my contracts and preparing for this very meeting. Valdez, what we are dealing with is a very serious matter that could be beyond your understanding. I don't doubt the seriousness at all. Heard about her, even did some surface level research, but clearly there's plenty that I'm not aware of. What do you know that I don't? That would be the only relevant information at the moment. I don't need to be reminded of your investigative talents. Braxwell spoke highly of them, and truth be told, it's the only reason you're wearing that suit. And you got Braxwell there. I'm not saying that as an insult, it's your strength, so make sure you listen carefully. By all indications, there is relatively limited intel. There's relatively limited intel. She showed up a few years ago, and I was summoned to deal with her. Rarely am I ever tested, and when given the opportunity, I gave her the out. She took it, and now we see that she ignored our negotiation. And yaira. If you let her go, you must not believe her to be evil, but we just watched her drop a man from Lord knows how high. Somehow I get the feeling you don't still see her as a threat. She's a threat, just not to us. I did not simply let her go this time. Braxwell and I went in pursuit after she nearly killed that man. I engaged all aerial communications, and she has disappeared. If you truly think her intentions are unknown, the man could have been collateral damage. He smacked her pretty good, which she couldn't have been thrilled about. That's what worries me. She's capable of putting up far more of a fight. We interrupted something. Whatever it was will determine our next move. I'll cross-reference all records that we have on her. A big criticism I have of this team is our lack of data collection. For times like this, it'd help to have more detailed reports and documentation. Valdez, you'll eventually learn that the battlefield is more than just intel, but keep me abreast of your findings. I'm going to get some training in. You know the drill. And Braxton's just kind of hanging out, looking at Avery. Back at Silman Ranch. See, they're getting nosy. Let me get them back to work. We did what we could to salvage your valuables, but it's pretty bad in there. Mind telling me what happened? Would you even believe me if I told you? Mr. Silman, I've seen more than I'd like to admit. Plus, with your subscription, you get a complimentary hypothesis. Of course, it'll cost you a little extra for a full investigation. Oof, that wound looks pretty bad. Two beasts ambushed me. I do not know what they were or why they were here. One dug his claws into my shoulder. But they didn't stumble across this place by accident, and our operations manager is nowhere to be found. So, we have some paranormal occurrences and a missing persons case. You should for sure commission me to investigate this for you. Here, this is on the house. It's one of my most effective ointments, and it should stop the bleeding and should stop the burning and speed up the healing process. If you don't hurry, you could end up losing your arm. I don't see how you aren't screaming in agony right now. We're still searching for the cause of the fire. I'm assuming that it was the beast, so they just disappeared? It was as if they just self-destructed. They didn't want to kill you. The obvious question is who sent them and what role the missing person plays in this. Your security system was based in this building and it is up to standard, but the cameras you had looking over it were very dated. Well, that's by design. It's the only set of cameras that aren't stored on some cloud. I understand, however, the fire destroyed all visual evidence that would have been useful. Send me a descriptive email of what the beast looked like. I'll go through my database and see if we have any matches. I'll let you know what I think, but Mr. Silman, I'm begging you, let me give you a detailed look and try to solve this case. Then we've got a fantastic ad here. This is so awesome. Goodyeing Services. Shadow Valley and surrounding areas are often forgotten about and neglected. You need a reliable team that has your back. Subscribe to Goodyeing Services. Medical response, fire extinguishing, criminal investigation, and much more. Packages as low as $49.99 a month. And yes, we do have the... Alright, so back with Avery in the truck. Thank God there ain't another set of those to light my actual house on fire. I need a break. Just a nap. Hope you're sitting down. I'll be quick. Oh, sorry. It's Altona. Hope you're sitting down. I'll be quick. Darren showed up at my job. What? Somehow he got into my office with his crew, but I'm okay. But He got me pretty good. Mr. Silman. It's Lincoln, all right? Founder of Projexis. I know that was tough to hear, but I want you to know that your sister and niece are safe. We dealt with Darren. All right. I think that it's best that you join us so we can protect you and devise a plan of action. He hung up. I'm gonna kill him! Until someone gets a hold of him, my work here is done. You don't want to deal with Projexis? I'll admit that everything didn't go according to plan, but the message was sent. Let me worry about it. I'm going to say this, if I'm going to say this right. Eusebio. Hopefully they'll get reckless and it'll bring him back out. Let them earn his bounty. He's here. You know better than to summon me. Man, as much as I'm paying you, I at least get one. I just want to talk to you about that debacle. Debacle. Would you prefer I call it a complete failure? Had me looking like a damn fool in front of company. One of my men came barging in, insisting that I take a look at the cameras out back, and I see you getting obliterated through a wall. That's coming out of your commission, by the way. I understand that, and you hired me. But your best bet is to watch your tone. I ain't gotta watch nothing. What, you didn't think I'd be prepared, did you? We got something over there that's custom made for people like you. It ain't 9mm. Now tell me everything you know about him. You're not paying me for intel. F that. Is he like you? I don't know about that. What you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. But again, you're not paying me for intel. So I pay you all this money and you have the nerve to withhold information? Huh, get out. This contract is done and good luck finding any work that's even remotely comparable. You don't think that was a bit of an overreaction, boss? Shut up before I fire you too. Word is spreading around. I'm gonna let this marinate for a bit. Let the streets operate. We need our business maintaining productivity, so let's get back to work. Hey! Make sure Jasmine makes it back to my office ASAP. Meanwhile, in the Aubertonic Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Elevation. We are coming to you live in front of a sold-out crowd in beautiful Forest Park, Texas. As usual, I'm joined by Johnny Parker, and it looks as if we're going to have an incredible show for you tonight. That's right, Terry. Last night's Barricade was perhaps the greatest pay-per-watch event in SSW history. Yesterday at the main event, we watched a brawl for the ages, and now we have new heavyweight world champion. That son of a gun finally did it. And I'm sure that clink, 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 it's Larry Shungard! Music playing, entrance, you gotta love it. Wrestling, yes. Larry gets in. You know, traveling can be nice and all, but damn, it feels good to be back in Texas. Last night, I lost something that was rightfully mine, but you know, only a fraction of the story. When some of the top talent jumped ship, who helped carry this company? Me! When wrestlers had nowhere near the draw I have got top billing, I kept my thoughts to myself. I gave you classic match after classic match. You didn't give me the belt. It was rightfully mine. I'll tell you what. How about you bring your punk ass out here and tell the great people of Florispark exactly why I'm no longer champion. Uh-oh. He's gone rogue. Boss, we need to leave if we're going to make it on time. You still have to be prepped. Understood. Never liked these types of events, but business is business. Hey, Altona, everything going good down there? Great. Glad she's settled here and settled. Obviously, going to tonight's event is a no-go for you, but I'll fill you in on how everything goes. Mr. Eusebio, this way we'll take you around the checkpoints. No. We got this set up for a reason. I'm no exception. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, maybe one exception. Keep up the good work, fellas. This must be very serious. You never bring your gun to work. Gun. There's a change of clothes in the trunk. I understand this is a formal affair, but I think I'm good. I didn't even want to... And, of course, see beautiful woman. What's going on, Sally? What brings you in so late? I left those schematics in the office. I want to look them over. Funny, you should mention that. I'll be seeing Burnley later tonight. You thought about accepting our offer? Of course, but I've considered. Of course, I've considered it, but the consultant role is working out perfectly. I do appreciate you carving me out my own space. The accommodation makes it difficult to decline. I'll keep you posted. I've got some ideas that you're going to love. Let's get out of here. And, of course, with the blue and blonde, that is Yaira. All right. As car leaves, considering what happened this morning, don't you think we should have a team tail you? Jason, be honest with me. Give me your harshest critique. I believe you're far too comfortable, sir. You must remember just how unpredictable this city can be. You're predictable, man, but that doesn't mean much to the disrespectful. You make a great point. The boss sends his regards! So the street guys get out. Blam, blam, blam. Car's, of course, bulletproof, but that only lasts so long. Most of the rounds won't penetrate the car. Go! When did you add these upgrades? I'm not nearly as naive as you may think, Jason. Thanks for the confirmation. What? You are one of the insiders who worked with Fontano. This whole ordeal was a setup, and now you're trying to finish the job. Nothing personal. Money talks. Deactivate windshield emergency projections. You're gonna kill us both. I have no plans of dying tonight. I'll even give you the ride. And he jumps out the window. That's where we're going to end it today. That's about halfway through. Probably a little bit more, in fact. So I just want to say, Isom 2, honestly, to me, I'll leave the book here so you guys have something to look at more than just me. This one is even a better read than the first one. I love the artwork. I mean, you can tell I kind of get into it. I don't throw in my thoughts as much as I did that first one. The first couple pages of the first book, I was throwing my thoughts all over the place. And then, of course, as I got into it, it got harder and harder to stop reading. And this is kind of that same one. So I had it all picked out where I was going to leave. But I love this. And the second half is even better than the first half. And the first half, honestly, is amazing so far. Again, it's a lot of setup. So if you're not into books that are a setup, this might not necessarily be the book for you. It is graphic. There are things that go on in these books that mean quite a bit, but are that are tougher for possibly younger audiences. So you want to make sure you got good audience going. But anyway, or more adult audience. But anyway, that's where we're going to end it this week. Next week, I'll finish up Isom 2, give my thoughts on the full book and the story so far. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Leave a like and a comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you like these? And I will talk to you next time.